Hi, United fans. Welcome back to the channel. We have breaking transfer news, and this one could shape Manchester United's entire summer rebuild. According to updates shared by Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United are closely monitoring Eduardo Camavinga, and in what many are calling a bombshell development, Real Madrid have reportedly given the green light to a potential sale this summer. That opens the door to a blockbuster move, and United may now have a golden opportunity to act. This story becomes even bigger when you consider what's happening behind the scenes at Old Trafford. Casemiro, now 33 years old, is preparing to leave Manchester United at the end of the season. The Brazilian midfielder has attracted interest from Inter Miami, Porto, and São Paulo. With his departure looking increasingly likely, United are actively planning for a new era in midfield, and that is where Camavinga enters the conversation. Let's break this down properly. Fabrizio Romano's update has sparked huge excitement among fans because Manchester United's interest in Camavinga is not new. The club has tracked him since his teenage years, even during his time at Rennes before he joined Real Madrid. United admired his maturity, his versatility, and his ability to control games at such a young age. Now circumstances may finally align to make this move realistic. Real Madrid giving the green light does not necessarily mean they're pushing him out, but it suggests they would be open to negotiations under the right financial conditions. Madrid's midfield is stacked with talent: Jude Bellingham, Federico Valverde, Aurelien Tchouameni, and others competing for central roles. In such a competitive environment, squad balance and financial strategy always play a role. If Madrid feel they can restructure or reinvest, they may consider serious offers. For Manchester United, this represents more than just a signing. It represents a transition. Casemiro's time at Old Trafford has had its highs and lows. In his first season, he brought leadership, steel, and experience to the midfield. His winning mentality from Real Madrid was evident, and he helped stabilize the team during crucial moments. However, as time has passed, the physical demands of the Premier League have taken a toll. Injuries, suspensions, and dips in form have raised questions about whether he can continue to operate at the highest intensity week in and week out. At 33, it makes sense for both player and club to consider the next step. Interest from Inter Miami suggests a possible MLS move, which has become a popular destination for experienced stars. Porto could offer a competitive European environment, while São Paulo represents a potential emotional return to Brazil. Wherever Casemiro goes, it appears Manchester United are preparing for life without him. And replacing Casemiro is not simple. You are not just replacing a defensive midfielder. You are replacing leadership, tactical awareness, and big game experience. That is why Camavinga is such an intriguing option. Eduardo Camavinga is still only 23 years old, yet he already has Champions League pedigree and experience at the highest level with Real Madrid and the French national team. He's dynamic, technically gifted, and tactically flexible. He can operate as a deep-lying midfielder, a box-to-box presence, and even fill in at left back when required. That versatility makes him incredibly valuable in modern football. What stands out about Camavinga is his composure. He does not panic under pressure. He receives the ball in tight spaces and turns out of trouble with confidence. His passing range allows him to dictate tempo, while his defensive instincts enable him to break up opposition attacks effectively. Unlike Casemiro, who is more of a traditional destroyer, Camavinga blends defensive bite with progressive play. For Manchester United's evolving style, that profile fits perfectly. If United are aiming to build a younger, more athletic midfield capable of controlling possession while still competing physically in the Premier League, Camavinga checks many boxes. His energy would inject life into the center of the park. His age aligns with a long-term project, and his winning mentality, shaped at Real Madrid, would bring valuable experience despite his youth. However, this would not be a cheap deal. Even if Real Madrid are open to selling, Camavinga's value would be significant. Madrid invested heavily in him and would expect a strong return. Manchester United would need to structure the deal carefully, potentially balancing outgoings to fund such a blockbuster move. In many ways, the Camavinga pursuit symbolizes a generational shift, moving from experienced short-term solutions to long-term foundations. There's also the psychological aspect. Signing a player from Real Madrid sends a statement. It shows ambition. It signals that Manchester United are not just rebuilding, they are competing for elite talent. Camavinga is not a gamble from a smaller league. He is a proven performer at the highest level. But there are risks too. The Premier League is physically demanding. Adapting to its pace and intensity is never guaranteed. While Camavinga has shown resilience in Spain and Europe, English football presents unique challenges. United would need to integrate him carefully, build the midfield structure around him, and ensure he is supported tactically. Still, the potential upside outweighs the risk. Imagine a midfield built around youth, mobility, and technical intelligence. Imagine the transition play, the pressing intensity, the ability to dominate possession in big games. Camavinga could become the centerpiece of that transformation. Fabrizio Romano's update has ignited this conversation because it suggests this is not just speculation. Manchester United are monitoring the situation closely. Real Madrid are open to dialogue. Casemiro's exit is becoming increasingly likely. The pieces are moving into place. Now it becomes a question of execution. Will Manchester United move decisively? Will they prioritize Camavinga over other midfield targets? Will financial negotiations align in time? The summer transfer window could define the next phase of the club's journey. Replacing Casemiro effectively is crucial. Get it right, and the midfield evolves into a dynamic engine room for years to come. Get it wrong, and the team risks instability during a critical period. At this moment, the opportunity is there. Real Madrid's reported green light has presented a rare opening. United's long-standing interest gives them familiarity. Casemiro's likely departure creates necessity. All eyes now turn to the coming weeks. Is Camavinga the perfect successor? Does he represent the future of Manchester United's midfield? Or should the club explore alternative options? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you go all in for Camavinga this summer? And where do you see Casemiro heading next? MLS, Portugal, or back to Brazil? If you enjoyed this breaking transfer update, make sure to like the video, subscribe for daily Manchester United news, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next big story. This summer is shaping up to be explosive, and this Camavinga situation could be just the beginning.